All right, so let's talk about Usher because he's in the news too. Because a lot of people were asking, who do they think? And I even asked this on my Facebook page. I should have asked this. I should have made a poll of it too, of a list of people who y'all would like to see. And I wish I would have had the list. Like I would have taken it and I would have written down what people said on my Facebook. But I was like, who would y'all like to see at the Super Bowl? Some people said they would like to see Janet come back. We'll get into that in a minute after this article. I personally would love to like. There was a bunch of people, but I'll say who I would love to see. I would love to see Pink perform. I think she is an amazing performer live. She's definitely about to do her first stadium tour. She's never done one, and she's been making music for 20-something years. But she came out like around, the late 90s, early 2000s. So I would love to see her do a thing. She has enough songs. Like she's got those songs that definitely will turn out an arena. And I believe people will definitely give her some of that love and recognition. So I would love to see Pink out there performing, since this will be her first time doing an arena tour. I hope either next year they choose her. This is her 9th album. I love the new album that she's got out, Trust Fall. I was listening to it yesterday on my way home from, I decided to, because, I work on, I decided to walk home from work, and that's a long ass walk. But I've been doing it a couple times, and that's a good workout. That's like 2 miles. So anyway, I was listening to the album, but then it started raining and hailing. I was like, I got to get my ass on this train. Then it got really cold out. I don't know, weather's been really funny in New York. But anyway, so I love Pink's new album. It's an amazing record. I would definitely love to see her perform at the Super Bowl halftime. Another person that I've always felt that I would love to see, some people even say Chris Brown, and we got some tea on him later on the show we got to talk about too, where I think Chris Brown will be way too controversial to perform at the Super Bowl. They're not going to even choose him. Child, y'all had an issue with him performing at the American Music Awards and the BET Awards. So if they're not even going to have him there, what makes you think they're going to invite him to the Super Bowl? That's not happening. The Super Bowl is trying to avoid controversy. They've stepped it in enough times. They still haven't even gotten over the whole Justin Timberlake fiasco. Although they've forgiven Justin, but they still want to dangle shit over Janet's head and play with her legacy. We'll get into that story coming up too. But Usher, I would really love to see perform at the Super Bowl. I think he's a great showman. He's a great live performer. He definitely has got what it takes to really put on a Super Bowl show. He's very captivating. He could dance his ass off. He's turning out at the, his residency in Vegas. But apparently there's some people that don't believe that he has what it takes or enough pop hits to pull off a Super Bowl halftime. So one person seemed to miss the message. They went on Twitter claiming that Usher Raymond IV, that he doesn't have the hits to be a compelling Super Bowl halftime act, and viewers had to drag her for her comments. But apparently her name was Ashley, so ASJ519. Here's what she said. I know y'all think Usher should perform the next SB, but I don't think he has enough pop/hip-hop hits. And one person said, friend, I hear you and I see, but I don't think that he needs more pop hits. He has enough hits, period. Another person says, say what you're saying. So what you're saying is an R&B artist can't carry the halftime show, while you're also saying that you feel that Usher's music isn't widely known by white folks. That's what I'm hearing you say, another added. Which is true. Because I'm like, yeah, it's played in the clubs. DJ's Got Us Falling in Love is played in clubs. Oh My God or OMG is played in clubs. Usher at one point was working with David Guetta and doing all them dance hits, after the success of what Kelly Rowland was doing in the Black Eyed Peas. So Usher at one point was doing the dance stuff. So he's got those those crossover hits. He don't just have Let It Burn. And what about You Remind Me? Like, he's got so many great songs. You Don't Have to Call. Like, he's got a lot of bops with Jermaine Dupri, a lot of up-tempo songs. He's got a lot of tracks. So I don't understand where these people think, like, what do y'all think when you look at an Usher? You pigeonhole them in this little box. Usher has that crossover appeal. He does. Like, Usher was getting played more on MTV than he was on BET. So he's definitely that crossover guy. Usher is in the same class. Growing up, when I used to watch TRL, he had those bops right alongside the Destiny's Childs, when Beyonce went solo, the NSYNCs, the Britney Spears, the Backstreet Boys. Like, his stuff was getting played alongside those artists. So he's definitely got that crossover mainstream appeal. I don't know where this girl been. And I think a lot of times with some of the dumb shit these people say, age plays a huge factor. Another person wrote, some of y'all really don't need music opinions. One user pointed out that Usher's been around for a minute. Are you serious? His first album came out in like 95. So Usher's career spans almost 30 years, and he's only 44 years old. I believe like his, what was it? He became famous around 15, 16. He's got 18 songs in the Billboard Hot 100, aka crossovers. I think he can fit those in 13 minutes. So, another one wrote, y'all are being intentionally obtuse, not R&B. Well, I think this is what the same girl. She said, y'all are being intentionally obtuse, not R&B, pop, crossover hits. He doesn't have enough pop hits for a 13-minute medley performance. It'll be okay. That's not a diss to Usher, the artist, because you don't think they would have considered him. Beyonce would be a better choice. Okay, ma'am. I need you to get on Beyonce's clit. Can y'all please get off her vagina for 5 minutes? Beyonce has done the Super Bowl enough times. She's headlined. And then how many times she done the Super Bowl? Like twice, 3 times? A lady? Once, twice, 3 times a lady? Shout out to Lionel Richie. So we don't need no more Beyonce headline the damn Super Bowl. She's done it enough. Give somebody else a chance. Jesus. And what do you talk about pop hits? Pop only means popular. That is basically what pop means. Pop is short for popular. And Usher is popular. He is a popular performer, a popular artist. Therefore, he can do a Super Bowl. His songs are qualified, in my opinion, enough that you can do an arena type show. If the band gets up there and does Vegas and has done many a tour, where he'll get up there with a little headset, microphone like Janet Jackson and Britney and them, and be up there dancing and moving around and got the full-on choreography and this, that, and the third. And basically, Justin Timberlake was done more than Usher and Whiteface. Quiet as it's kept, but you ain't got his showmanship and them dance moves. You dance like you counting the choreography in your head. Whenever I watch Justin Timberlake, Justin be swearing he up there doing some real dancing. But I'm like, I could see you doing the 8 count in your head as you doing the moves. That's no shade. I'm just saying. But yeah, so ma'am, you don't know what the hell you talking about, child. Usher definitely has what it takes to be that type of artist. He could definitely headline a Super Bowl, and is definitely something that I would love to see in my lifetime. In the next 5 years. Him, like I said, him and Pink.